We're muted. First of all, let's go ahead and thank Drea. Let's go ahead and thank Drea for having us not just go through the motions. How about now? Can you guys hear me okay? Chocolate Girl, you have sound now? Do you have sound? Do you have sound? Let me see. Check. Yep, got sound now. Okay, so we are going to make a super large batch. You guys can see here at my table, I have not one but two stock pots. Two things of, okay, sound just came on. Thank you, Mia. So my name is Zakia, like I said, but you couldn't hear, so I'm going to repeat it again. But my name is Zakia. I make my own handmade natural soap. Well, hello there, chocolate girl. How are you? And we have everything measured out. I had to do like a midday run to the post office, and so that gave all of my temperatures a chance to come down. So we will be remaking our triple butter blend. Triple butter blend is my #1 best-selling soap, and that's probably because it has no color, it has no fragrances, it has no extraneous chemicals, and as the name sounds, it is full of butter. But I am doing 36 pounds because I also do a 4-pack sample soap set. And what I had told to you guys before, or a recommendation or a request that I got from the people who are ordering the sample soap sets, is to kind of switch up those sets month after month. Kim has got sound. Hey there, Kim. So we are attempting to switch up the scents a little bit. Kim, are you able to see all of the comments over there? Maple Flag, how you doing? I watched your replays and you said you from Philly. I am. Like Eve. Philly, Philly. Philly, where I am from. Yes, I am from Philadelphia. So what we are going to be doing, I have a 4-pack sample soap set, which typically comes with triple butter blend, activated charcoal and kaolin clay, crushed oats and honey, and lavender tranquility. There are the 4, like if you ask anybody who has purchased soap from me at Natural Soap by Zakia, they are the 4 that are constantly selling, selling, selling. You are too! Well, hey, hopefully when I open my physical store, you'll come and see me live. Like, not like live on camera, but live in the store, which will be very, very cool. Coming hopefully in May. Hopefully in May. So I was going to do 30 pounds of our triple butter blend and then 6 pounds of our green apple. Hey there, Virginia. How are you? You must be watching over there on Facebook. So let me pull your comment up here. That's the only time that I can't see your picture. Let's see. We also have Maple Flag checking in on the Periscope side. Kim checking in on the YouTube side. All of you that are here and tapping the screen, leaving your thumbs up. If you are not already following me wherever you are, please click that subscribe button so that you don't miss the next time that we are live. So we are actually going to do a green apple instead of the triple butter blend in our 6-pounder that we are going to use for our samples. So for the month of May, I'm thinking you guys want to smell a little fruity. Instead of having the crushed oats and honey in that sample pack, it will have the green apple, which smells incredible. Yes, you are. Hey, Maple Flag. Okay, I didn't miss anything else. So with our green apple, we are going to start with our triple butter blend base, but then we're going to add the green color and then a little golden color, because Paige's favorite apple is the golden delicious one. That's what she calls it. So that's why I'm picking this gold color. And then we have this radioactive green. Well, that's the name of the color anyway. We have a radioactive green, and I'll bring it up here so you can actually see just how pigmented it is. So look, can you guys see that beautiful, beautiful green? Hey, Jolo, how you doing? Good to see you on the Periscope side. All right, so we now have our green, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just, I like to have all of my colors looking very scientific there. Well, we do have on our live soap school jacket. How are my plants doing? Check out the broadcast before this one. We did a plant check-in or greener living check-in. If you guys are watching anywhere else and you don't know, we are attempting to grow several herbs, several vegetables, and some of them are coming out very well, whereas other ones are just kind of like, not ready to grow yet. Primarily my herbs. I'm doing this all for the herbs anyway. But we had a little bit of a scare a day ago where all of the cucumber plants and the broccoli, historically, it's only been 21 days, but I'm counting. But every day they have been growing straight up. And now what has happened is, or 2 days ago, they just completely leaned over to the side like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not doing it. None of that. So what Josh did was he put the water underneath of the plants. He didn't pour it on top. He put it under. And as he put it under, those cucumbers, they went from being leaning to the side like their leg is broken to being straight up. The broccoli is still fighting to get there. I kind of want to show you. You guys want me to show you? Hold on, I'm going to go get it. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'll show you what they did. So as you guys know, I am planning on distilling my own herbs and whatnot. So all of the cucumbers, it's better under. It's much better under because that encourages the roots to go and find the water. So that's like exercise for the plants and all of that. And so that's where we put the water underneath. And when we did that, you can see, come into the light, Caroline, that one cucumber in the front is still leaning to the side, but all of the other ones have gone straight up and down. And it smells incredible. So a lot of you on the other platforms are not familiar with what we got going on in here, but a lot of these plants have already been transferred over to larger pots because they've been growing like weeds. So we are growing lemon balm, sage, rosemary, lavender, spearmint, basil, cucumber, broccoli, string beans, cardinal climbers, and chamomile. But guess what? I done went to the stove. And I done found more seeds. And so there will probably be additional vegetables, at least for the summertime. At least in the summertime, I will be able to like grow up something because they are vines. Yes, I am so excited, right? It's very exciting. Oh, I still got Drea telling us we got no sound. Hopefully we have sound now. I'm excited too, Jolo. This is my very first time attempting to actually grow plants. And when I tell you, it is taking on a whole life of its own. So that's pretty cool. So we are going to go ahead and get our triple butter blend. We're calling it making a big batch of handmade soap. And hopefully you all are able to see as much of the process as possible. I'm going to bring you back this way so I can remember to look at that camera. You can hear, oh, you know what? I always forget to do something. I'm growing loofahs. Loofah. And then when I went to the Soap Makers Conference for 2 years in a row, there was a company, I can't think of their name. I know when I go this year, I will make sure I interview them. They sold all kinds of loofahs at this event. Like the really large ones, the long ones, the cut up ones, all kinds, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my oil from my batches here to mix up these colors. Can you guys hear when it goes? I send you some loofahs when they are ready. Thank you, Carla. All right, we got those. I feel like I'm going to need a little bit more for this green, but we shall see. Creative James, New York, welcome to the broadcast. All of you that are tapping, thank you. All of you that have shared the broadcast out with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your foes on Facebook, they need to get clean too. That is greatly appreciated. Yes, I send you some loofahs. I'm excited. All right, so the green will be ready to go, and then the gold will be ready to go. And the only reason I'm doing the gold is because I need a little something extra inside that green apple. Just a little bit something instead of it just being a green and white soap. We're going to have green, white, and gold. So hopefully that gives it something a little extra to look at aside from just, you got green and white and green apple. Although I do have a viewer, you for sight. Hey there, Laura and Lorraine. Welcome, guys. I do have a particular viewer that appreciates my simplicity. When I have a lavender soap, it's typically purple. If I have a lemon soap, it's typically yellow. If I have a green apple soap, it should be green, but I'm going to add some trickery in there by adding a little bit of gold. So we have our two colors. That's going to be no. I hope so. I hope so. Okay, so we got 19, 20 folks on the Periscope side. I'm not sure how many we have everywhere else. You for sight, I see that you just came in there. Before I get started, because I won't be able to see your comments as much, I want to make sure that I at least acknowledge the folks that are here, no matter what platform you're on. If you tell me hello, I can bring you on screen so I can say, hey, what's up? How are you? So you for sight, sending much love, much respect right back to you. Let me see. I think that is Laura and Lorraine. Let me check. Let me see. Yep, Laura over there with those purple hearts on the Periscope side. I see them on my phone. Thank you for sending those my way. And I think I saw Jolo, who has been like telling me how nice things are going to be and whatnot. So all of you that are joining, I'm hoping that you do enjoy this Sunday. This is our Super Soap Sunday, which means we're making a super size batch today. Hopefully Josh brings me back some cucumbers and we'll be able to distill our first batch of cucumbers. And what we're going to do at this point is actually bring you, hey Marlene, how are you? Hugs to Soap Lazy. Who's that? I saw it come out. Hey, Dryer Buzz, how are you? So we haven't gotten started, guys. You haven't missed a thing. You haven't missed a thing. You're right on time. You are right on time. All right, so now we're up to 30 folks. So if you are here, because I think I have said hi to 7 of you, that means there's about 23 of you that are just kind of sitting back. Oh, and if you're that one person, I just want to thank that one person who gave me the thumbs down on YouTube. Here's the thing. It's always cool if you get a thumbs down because that means your videos are going a little bit wider than those people that just love you anyway. So if you were that person that took the time to give me the thumbs down, thank you, because that let me know that it's going beyond just the people that know me from where we are right now. So, did I miss any other comments? No matter where you are or people, shout out your neighborhood. Tell me your hood and all that other stuff. But if you're just coming on, I'm going to catch you up and then we're going to get started. Much love, much respect. Look, you for sight is that one that he will come and hit me up on every platform. Like, hey girl, how you doing? You for sight, thank you very much for switching over. How's our screen coming up over there? Is it clear? Do you have something awesome? Got something good going on? Does it come across just as clear there? Thank you for going to check over there. I appreciate it. We are making YouTube. Check it. I saw you. I just brought you on screen. And I'm running the bases. Check here, check here, check here. You are good. So, if you are just coming on, I'm going to do a reset. Then we're going right into this because I know it's Sunday. You got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. And I'll be here all day just talking about what we're about to do. And we don't actually do it. So let's do it. I'm Zakia of naturalsoapbyzakia.com. I am the author of the new Soap Makers Cookbook series, which is right above my head. If you are somebody who is interested in making your own handcrafted natural soap, all 3 of those books are available for you if you go to bit.ly ringgold.com/soap books. And all of the products that I make, we are remaking my number one selling soap, which is the Triple Butter Blend. It's made with a blend of cocoa butter, mango butter, and shea butter, which is why we have been dubbed hashtag no lotion needed. No lotion needed. No lotion needed. Not only does it cleanse, it also conditions your skin at the same time. She sells amazing soap. Thank you, Jolo. I got to bring you on here because people won't think I'm just lying and I'm just saying stuff. But no, it's Jolo telling you on Periscope. Okay? So it's not just me, it's other people. You can also take a look at all of the reviews of my products by going to naturalsoapbyzakia.com. Everything that I make, everything that you see over my head, anything that I am doing live is available for you to get at naturalsoapbyzakia.com. No matter where you are, you can probably look in my bio. The links to those things are there. So without further ado, Fraser, thank you very much for sharing it on the Twitter side. So now, guys, this is what my table looks like. I actually went out to run to the post office this afternoon. Hey there, Moonglows, how are you? I went out to the post office, which was perfect because these temperatures were pretty high. When I went to melt these oils, I kind of left the stove on just a little too long. Little too long. We got Triple Butter Blend cooking, Fraser. And because of that, the temperatures were about at 150. I never like to make my soap at that high because it will typically crack right down the middle. That's me and Paige's song. Are there any soaps you make dry that would dry your skin out? So you may be referring to if somebody has oily skin. If you have oily skin, I highly recommend my activated charcoal and kaolin clay soap. Activated charcoal is known for pulling toxins from the skin without being too drying. So if you have very oily skin, that's something that you could use. But I don't make a soap that intentionally dries out your skin. That's typically the opposite of what we want. People normally have very, very, very itchy skin. Mary says, I love the hair. I love the hair. That's the 2-strand twist out. It has finally gotten to a length where I can actually wear it. And so at some point I will show you guys the back of my cell phone where there is an image that I have from my hair where pretty much at some point it'll be this big around my little head. And I'm going to look like a toothpick even more because my little skinny neck, big hair, don't care. All that other stuff. So to answer your question, there's nothing that I make intentionally to dry your skin out, but the activated charcoal and kaolin clay is pretty good if you have oily skin because it's kind of balancing. It'll pull excess oil from the skin, but not leave your skin dry because you never want really dry skin. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully, if you have never seen me make soap before, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. There's a lot that goes into it. That's pretty cool. Darn it. Yes, very much so, Dryer Buzz. Wherever you are, I 100% agree. This wall can no longer be this wall. This can no longer just be this. Absolutely. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started. I do have a slant in my table, which means this might just go sliding to the right. Slide to the left. So you will notice that I absolutely positively keep my hands on this pot. All of you that are tapping, thank you so much. That is coming across on my screen. I'm seeing like hearts. I don't know who it is, unfortunately. I can just see that there are hearts appearing on the screen. So I want to say thank you for doing that. This 30 pounds that we're going to make is going to end up going into this mold over here. Then we have 6 pounds that is going to go over here. LOL. What kind of notification sound was that? That's the vibration. That's the vibration. I'm giving you good sensation. I'm giving you a good vibration. I was trying to be discreet. Not with this phone. This thing be giving up my tapes all the time. People be tweeting the broadcast out. It's like, doo-doo-doo. Hopefully, it doesn't all go south. day. Like, as long as it doesn't come off the table, we are in good shape. I actually need my laptop to be right here because the camera is right here, which is where I'm looking. But as I'm talking to you in the comments, I'm looking over here so I can actually see it. So we will get this studio situation squared away. But in the meantime and in between time, you came here to watch us make a big batch of soap. So dagnammit, that's what we gonna do. So my scale only weighs up to 15 pounds. And if I were to try and weigh one of these particular oils, this one here that I'm pouring in, which happens to be olive oil, it would go over and I would not get an accurate reading of the oils. And one thing soap making is for sure is precise. A lot of you have asked me about, do we need lye to make soap? And all of the avid Soap Nation supporters can already answer that question for you. I don't even have to say it. I don't even have to say it. You need the DJ stand. Ooh, what is the DJ stand? Let me tell you guys, my technology situation is getting crazier and crazier. It's probably going to just be overkill at some point. I just ordered a microphone to go into my camera. I ordered a selfie light, which comes on a tripod, and there's actually a light so that I have better lighting on top of my green screen lighting. So in hindsight, I probably didn't need to buy that. And then I ordered a tripod for my camera so that I'll actually be able to get much higher quality video coming across on our YouTube side. Yes. You guys are just saying yes. So we absolutely positively need lye to make the soap. And it's a very serious calculation because you don't want any excess lye in the soap, because by the time it goes through the term that I'm very proud of, a lot of people, especially on the Twitter side of the world, did not know that term before they met Zakia, and they can say it, they can pronounce it, and they know exactly what it means. Saponification. Say it with me. Saponification. We don't want lye after the fact. I just finished testing shots and tech. This game just elevated. I got to pull that up. Listen, the funnest part of all of this, guys, is actually being able to incorporate the technology side with the soap making side. I love soap making, but technology, my eyes are probably going to just kind of glimmer just a little bit more. So if you guys could actually see how I have this kind of coming together, at some point we will do a full tour. Once we are in the store, it's really going to step up a notch because we're going to have TVs and let's do a little bit of video here and all that. So we have all of our oils. And somebody asked, what are we making? Marlene said, what are we making today? We are doing triple butter blend and green apple. So we're going to get started with this batch here. Unfortunately, you cannot see into my pot. I do apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't do a darn thing. And I don't, like, this shouldn't take a whole lot of time. Because triple butter blend, like I said, there is no fragrance, there is no colors, there are no additives. So I just need to blend this to the point where I can pour it. That's pretty much what we're doing, guys. And this is a 6 oil soap and 2 additional, well, I would say 7 total. And those butters that are in here particularly are cocoa butter, mango butter, and shea butter. If you have dry skin or sensitive skin, this is the soap for you. Hey soap lady, your landscape shot is everything. A trip to Hobby Lobby and add some color like your soap. Bam! Just like that. I gotta pull that up. Listen, I gotta stay focused. And you know, I always say, I'm here for the compliments, guys. I am definitely here for the compliments. All right, so I'm going to keep on stirring. Hey, New Media TV, how are you? Listen, I was in your broadcast just watching and watching and watching. If you guys are not aware of what's happening with New Media TV, he has created his own, well, he's created several apps, his own live streaming platform, which will be dropping on both the Google Play Store and the Apple Store very, very, very soon. You know how it has to go through all of that stuff. Well, he has just done it again and took it up another notch. So definitely, definitely check him out if you get a chance. And so I did just a light stir with my spatula. Just a light stir. And the reason I'm doing that is because we should be okay. The mixture is to about right here. Right here, Bradley. Right here. So what I need to do is go ahead and do a little stirry stir. And if I miss your comments, I'm sorry. I am streaming in 4 places right now, and sometimes this technology does not bring your comments across. I am not doing it intentionally. If you are watching from a share, your comments may not be approaching. So I will see it on the replay. I just can't see it live. Can't see it live. You for sight. Are you on YouTube? Can you do me a favor and let me know if the comments from Perry are showing up there in the live chat? I'm just curious. Alright, I don't want to blend that anymore for now. I may have to add a little more blending to it, but I need to be able to pour these two at the same time. So I need to shut up just for a little bit so I can get her done. Pull this pot back. So I got my stock pots going, guys. Definitely got stock pots happening. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to add that oil. Remember, look at what the maximum weight, if you are in live soap school, look at what your maximum weight is for your scale. You don't want to inadvertently just keep on weighing stuff on there because you're going to get incorrect measurements. So because I definitely went beyond where my little scale could go, I need like a floor scale at this point where you kind of just have it down on the floor. But my scale cannot measure beyond 15 pounds. And this is 18 pounds in here of oil. Once we add the lye solution, that's going to shoot up quite a bit. So I had to measure these separately. And in measuring them separately, I had to make sure that I put it in there. Hey, Gabriella, how are you? Good to see you, my dear. So we're going to go ahead and get this blended up too. And this one you will be able to see because we are pushing it to the daggone limit. Do you guys see how high that went? And this is what a lot of soap makers fall in love with. You're about to see it. It's going to go from that really, really opaque look to a creamy texture as soon as we hit it with this stick blender. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, I see it. I see it. I see it happening. Or you might just be like, it's just oil and water, Zakia. Nobody cares. But if you're one of those people, you're probably not the soap maker I'm talking about. You're probably not that person. Hey there, Jewel. How are you? I'm still not there. I'm in my... You guys see that color pink? You can't see it yet. It goes to that nice creamy color. I'm in both places, so I should be able to see this comment. Yes, do you see this comment on YouTube that you just put up there? Oh, Carolyn, thank you for sharing. You know what? Let me check over here. Let me see what's happening. Shelba's here. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you on the Facebook side. It's just that I'm not seeing you in the comments. So this will end up being a total of 36 pounds of soap. And the answer is yes. Thank you. This will end up being a total of 36 pounds of soap. 30 pounds will be our triple butter blend, and then we're going to do a green apple, which has the green color as well as the gold color. Comments on Fire Stick 2 from all platforms. This is incredible. But listen, if you guys want to take some incredible screenshots, when I go to pour it, it is magical. Absolutely magical, because you get to see just how creamy the soap is. And I can see that this side over here wants to kind of misbehave, so I'm going to just use my spatula. Not misbehave, but it's kind of wanting to separate a little bit, which is telling me that I could have potentially gotten a false trace a moment ago. But instead of it becoming a false trace, we're just going to stir her up a little more. Because I kind of just want them to be the same. You know the hardest thing to do? I would love to see how this looks. Hey, Shelba. The hardest thing to do is to stir in different directions. Like, I couldn't have this hand going this way and this hand going this way. The brain kind of feels like something is wrong and it wants to do it all together. So, in order for me to make sure that these both kind of get to the right consistency, I'm just keeping an eye on both of them and not getting it too thick. Because I still want to have time to make that green apple. Can you make green apples come in a foaming whip soap? Why are you so cool? 2 hands now. I got 2 hands, one for the soap, one for the pot. I don't know if you guys know that song. That's the 2 phones. I got 2 phones, one for the club and one for the crib. I don't know what he's saying. But yes, I had to use 2 hands because I have 2 pots going, but I don't want them to. And you see how this started to go up. You never want your soap batter to go beyond that shaft point, and that's what it was doing. And I'm just hoping, sit that there, that we did not get a false trace. And I don't think that would is. And nice thinking on the fly. All right, so guys, I'm wishing, now this is where I wish I had a camera person here. This is where I wish I had a camera person, but Josh and Paige have gone to Home Depot to scope out some stuff to build out our garden in the back. And my teenager is a teenager. She's upstairs sleeping. But this is where I wish I could have a camera do the shoot as I go to pour this soap into the mold. Hey, Zakia. Hey, Z. How are you? Hey, Elvis Presley. I have the Elvis in my broadcast. I'm honored. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your support. And all of you that are just now joining, this is when I do a pause for the calls, because a lot of you are just now coming in because one of your amazing folks have shared this broadcast out. But my name is Zakia. I make my own handmade natural soap using all plant-based ingredients. We don't play around. I need a director. Yes, it's very hard being the talent, the producer, the anchor, all of that. But we got tools to kind of help us do those things. But you know, it's also exciting to see, can I do it? Can she do it? By George, I think she's got it. By George, I think she has got it. All right. So this is our mold that we're going to use. And then hoping that nothing falls on my laptop. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Don't know what I'm getting thanked for, but I'm going to say you're welcome. All right. Now, I do need a chair for this part, just to help anchor me and get this baby poured. I don't know if you guys can see the creaminess of that, but it is incredible. Ugh. This is where I wish I had a camera person right here, right now. And that is the magic known as triple butter blend, guys. It's a simple soap to make, but by God, you guys love it. And once that gets a little bit of thickness to it, we will add a little more texture. I like it though. All right, so hopefully I have left enough for us to be able to do our green apple. So our green apple, or most of our scented ones, they start with the triple butter blend base. And then what we add to that is just some color and some scent. Color and scent. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this one for our white. I don't think I'm going to have 6 pounds, so that's the only problem. The only problem, I don't think I'm going to have enough. And I have never used this green apple scent before. So are you guys able to see? You are. That shot is fantastical. You can see everything. That's so cool. All right, so we're going to try and see what happens when I add some of this green apple to a very small amount of this here, without getting soap on my arm. You never saw me before? Well, why do I know your name, John? Why do I know your name? No, it's behaving. Okay. We're going to use that for the gold. Steady as she goes. Just keep swimming. Keep swimming. Oh, and it smells like those green apples. Have you ever had a Granny Smith apple? How they have that really crisp smell to them? That's what this smells like. All right, so we want more of the green. You don't know how? Well, I don't know, John. Well, I know that that's your name. Where is my itty bitty? I have an itty bitty one. Remember, if someone said you need a teeny tiny spatula, well, Paige returned one of them so that we stop wasting colorant. So that was one thing I was doing for sure. I was looking back at those videos like, what in the world? Why is there so much color still left in your little thingy? Then another thing that I thought about after the fact was you can actually take some of your soap. Take just a little bit of your soap inside of the container and add that into the mixture here. I think I kind of wanted a little brighter green. I'm trying not to make a million dishes at the same time as well. I'm trying anyway. Don't know if that's what we're going to succeed at doing, but that's my plan. And I do kind of like the fact that this is so deep. That way I am not getting, as I'm stirring, it's not splattering all over the place. Get it, girl? Hey, Hio, Soap Nation we've been waiting for you. We couldn't get started until you showed up, Hio. Good to see you. All right. So I'm gonna need a little more green. Cause that's not gonna work. You know, on Friday where the mom is always like, make it enough. Where's my white? Grab some of this white. Gotta stir it up. Stir it up just a little bit. Or a lot of it. That's been Ponda sitting waiting for me. Ali, how are you? So who do we still have here? Who do we still got? I see Miss Francis. I see you for sight with those brownies. How are you? And in those other pictures, I don't know. But all of you bubbles on Periscope, welcome. All of you that are watching on YouTube, welcome. If you're watching on Twitch or Facebook, welcome. I am Zakia of naturalsoapbyzakia.com as well as livesoapschool.com. And what we're making right now is handmade soap from scratch. Meaning I have formulated a recipe for what I want. I'm back in. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right. Feel like I got debris on everything. And it's starting to get a little bit thicker, but not too bad. This looks so pretty. And I might just do an in the pot swirl just to get that green inside of the white. And these will be for the samples in May. So the 4-pack sample soaps in May will have a cherry scent and an apple scented soap as well. I'm kind of getting ready for the summertime. You're still here. Thanks, Gabrielle. That sounds interesting. That sounds not so interesting. All right, let's get some scent in it. Oh, that green apple is incredible, guys. That green apple is magnificent. It's magnificent. Cool. I have wanted to see you doing this for a while. Angel, where you been? Well, I'm glad you're getting a chance to catch it live. That's cool. And again, I'm going to repeat something that's an age-old adage around here. There's really no need for my arms to go to a gym. The midsection is a little bit different, but my arms, as you can see, they get a constant workout from lifting the soap, stirring the soap, measuring the oils, washing the dishes. I mean, my biceps and triceps should really be pretty buff. Yeah, it's my first time, big time. Well, I'm glad you were able to catch it. Did we do scent over here? I don't think so, because we got quite a bit left in here. And someone said, you need a bigger table. Before, you guys weren't able to see the table because I was typically in portrait mode. But now that we are in this mode, you are a lot more likely to see what I actually have going on. So the table is pretty long. It's just the more table I have my own gym. You are correct, you precise. The more space that I have, I typically just start using more of it, and then it's never enough room, basically. I just spread out further and further and further. Okay. I kind of want to add a little more gold because it's not really doing much for me. I don't like that gold. It's a little non-exciting. So let's fix that. It's just looking a little beigeish. It's not looking a little goldish. You are the Julia child of soap. Table is a little low on the right. Yes, that's why we have the lean into the side situation. But that's not good for the soap. So I actually have to put something under there. Hold on. Because then one side will be a lot heavier than the other side. I just want this to get a little bit more pigmented. I have to put something under there though. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder. This is what we do. Boom. Let me come on around. How long have you been making soap? I started making soap in 2015. And in that same year, this cool thing called Periscope came out. And it went from a hobby to a business fairly quickly. I started selling my soap in 2016. And as a result of leveraging tools like Periscope, I've been very, very successful in getting it out to people all over the world. And I'm going to switch my gloves because they look enough. Oh, before I do that, move this. Tools like Periscope have made that very, very possible. I see you are smart to not roll your shoulders forward as you use your arms. Yeah, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I do, which is going to be cause for me to feel it in the morning. And if you guys are wondering, somebody mentioned there's like a little slant going on my table. So to prevent my soap from being higher on one side than the other, I'm just lifting it. No, that ain't doing nothing. I'm lifting it with spatulas so that it's even to make up for that unevenness. But it's looking very pretty. I'm very excited about it. And as soon as we are able to get a little bit thicker, we'll be able to texture the top with a spoon. So let's talk about our sample sets. I do offer a 4-pack sample soap going to the blue glove. No, the other gloves have just gotten beyond messy. And these are thinner than the black gloves that I use. So I know that I'm going to try and do a little bit more in terms of design. So the thinner the gloves, the easier it is. So as you can see, these are a whole lot thinner. These are a whole lot thinner and easier for me to work with than the ones that are thicker. But very observant. Very observant. All right. So, and I'll see for how big the table is, I still feel like I need like 6 more inches that way and 6 more inches this way. Never enough. Never ever. All right. So at the base, I'm going to do this color here. No. Can you guys see? You could see it. We could say it's okay. I just keep it moving. I wish we had smell-o-scope. I wish we had smell-o-vision. You see, I'm willing it into existence by just constantly saying it on every broadcast. I wish you guys could smell this. But if you have a Granny Smith apple in your house right now, I know a lot of people go grocery shopping on Sundays. Take a little gander. Take a gander at the produce aisle. Head over to the green apple, Granny Smith in particular, and you will see what it is that I am smelling. A habit of rolling shoulders forward will hurt your hands. Good to not get stuck. I had never heard that or knew that. I never knew that. Hey, DJ Butter, how you doing? All right. I have a habit of washing dishes, but not drying dishes. I always end up paying for them when I am in production mode because I can't pour my soap into a wet bowl. The nose is no. The nose knows for sure. All right. So let's get some of this white because I want to do just a little bit of an in the pot swirl. Right for that middle layer. Shoot! Forgot. I had my spatula in there. No. You guys, you know how I love spatulas, but I don't like them just hanging out all willy-nilly in the container. Okay. And now for this layer, we're hoping for it not to pierce through, so we're going to go this way. I just heard a beep. Somebody said something. It does create its own swirl pattern without me having to use a spoon. You can kind of see it. Here, I'll show you. You can not see it. You'll see it when I cut it. I'm sorry. You can't see it here. But it does create its own swirl pattern. That's called an in the pot swirl, where you just combine your colors. A lot of people do multiple colors for an in the pot swirl, but we just have the green and white. It kind of looks almost like graffiti, almost, not quite. Now, so I can control the pour a little bit more, I'm going to pour it from out of here into here. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to alternate. Instead of having the white as the base, I now have the green as the base. Did you get to try the hydrosol setup yet? We'll be doing that as soon as Josh and Paige get home. As soon as they get home, because I'm waiting for some cucumber. That's the first one we are going to distill. And if any of you are interested in making your own soap, I have 3 books available that actually have recipes that behave just as beautifully as this one. I know it's always a little bit tricky getting recipes off the internet, but the recipes that are in that book will help you to make your own soap from scratch with tried and true recipes that actually work. and they feel good on the skin. They're available on Amazon by going to bit.ly/soap books. I'll put it in the description wherever this ends up. Making soap, a science recipe for cleaning up your acne. I love that. That still feels a little bit runny, so it may. Here, so I'm going to just pour it slowly. I just want it on that top layer. I mean, that's like watching paint dry as slow as that's going out. Somebody's DMing or tweeting. Now, that looks really cool. It kind of looks like there's swirls and twirls and all kinds of stuff happening there. Did I miss any of your questions or comments? I see Facebook is going crazy, but I can't do much over there. Is that Tisha? The troll funnels the pour somewhere else, or is it a mold in itself? I'm missing the question. The funnels the pour somewhere else, or is it a mold in itself? Say that again, Angel, because I'm missing something about what you're asking. I thought it was you, Fit Baker Mom. This reminds me of the Mr. Wizard, Mr. Wizard, Mr. Wizard, Wizard, Wizard. All right, so that pot. So for all that I tried to do to not make dishes, I'm making dishes. I'm making dishes, guys. I tried. Oh, that one has water in it. I want a straight layer of the green. Too bad this wasn't the full-size bar. There's a lot to be doing for some samples. Yes, it is me. I see you down there. So, guys, if you are just joining, we just wrapped up our triple butter blend. We are waiting for that to get to the point where I'll be able to add a little bit of texture to it. It's almost thick enough, but not quite there yet. I am laying into my screen like, oh my God, how is it? I want to see inside of there. I know, you guys, I got to get you to be able to see inside. I wish I would have had the camera done differently, but Yolanda actually did a demo for how to do close-ups and be able to zoom in with a virtual camera. So the next time when we do this, you'll be able to see directly into the mold. The long trough, is it a funnel or a finish? This is a mold. This is a 6-pound mold that allows me to get 6 or hotel size bars. I don't want to touch that soap up there because that's finished, but I'll show you what it looks like. I do want to get this a little bit thicker. I think I had made at least 10 extra dishes that I was not planning on making. Oh, sunflower. Now, if you are making soap, you want to try to avoid. When is your next Philly soap making workshop? I will come to Philly. Whenever our shop opens, Tisha, as soon as I have my definite date for the shop, I'll be holding workshops in my brick and mortar. So as soon as I have that date, I'll be able to let you know. Amusing sound effects. This would be the ASMR portion of our broadcast. That would be the ASMR portion, raw there. Oh well, ASMR is typically not an annoying sound. But that is the beautiful sound of our stick blending. Brick and mortar. But I've outgrown the space I'm in. I have outgrown the space, and unless I want to designate my living room, my kitchen, and my bedroom to soap making, I need to go into a bigger space. And also, a lot of people want to interact. Like a lot of people, like on this broadcast, are like, I wish I could smell it. But they can't necessarily come to my house. That would be a little bit dangerous because I'm on the internet. But they could come to the store. You are right about that. Not interested, get smell-o-vision. And I wouldn't be surprised if Google is working on that right now. Yes! So flippin' proud of you, Queen. You are doing the darn biz thing. Thank you, Tisha. Spatula. Nice. Oh, darn. I was about to take out our holies one. Man, this green apple guy is really awesome. Now I'm regretting my decision of making this triple butter blend. I wish I would have made that. Ton of work for samples. But it's worth it. It's not any other. I sell my samples in 4 packs, so people are able to try out the soap. And I wouldn't want to skimp on what I give in the sample for what I wouldn't do in the actual bar. Um, but I'm just saying, if I would have had more of this green apple scent, I would have preferred to make that 30-pound batch the green apple than what I did with the triple butter. It pays off. It does. It does. The same care and quality for what I would do with a regular batch is what I would do with the sample, because the sample is supposed to be um, reminiscent of what you would get if you got the whole bar. It's supposed to be the same idea. I ain't gonna give you no janky piece. I'm not gonna give you a janky piece. How do you balance work and your business? I sleep with one eye open, and I say that jokingly but seriously. Balance is something that I struggled with even when I didn't have a business. So, what I try to do is I set aside those minutes. Like, I don't have water cooler time. Like most people that are in the office, they're hanging out with co-workers at the water cooler, or they're going out to lunch and they're doing all of those things. Well, I'm doing customer service during that time. I'm answering emails. I'm answering questions. I also build chatbots. So when I am in a meeting and people are asking me questions, they're sending me messages, I have chatbots that are responding to those questions, helping people to process their order, checking the status of their order. Um, Normally, I'm also blogging on my lunch break. So I'm not, every moment of the day, I'm either using it to complete some project at work or something that I need to do for Live Soap School or Natural Soap by Zakia. Um, and then there's always that I have not gotten over the mommy guilt, because just even having a full-time job with a business that's growing, one thing that never changes is I'm always mom. And so I have found that I have not been able to successfully give any of them 100% without feeling guilty about something missing in those other parts. So I would say balance is something that I always struggle with, but I never take the minutes for granted. Um, if that makes, hopefully that helps to answer that question. And it is sacrifice. There is definitely sacrifice there. Where I used to be able to hang out on Fridays and Saturdays, I'm typically live streaming or packing orders or shipping. Um, Yesterday, for instance, was soap shipping Saturday, and Paige, my youngest daughter, who is very, very active, um, she wanted to go to the park. Couldn't do it. Um, so I made up for it later by going shopping into the movies, but what she really wanted to do was go to the park. So, so I hate that balance question, but hopefully that helps to answer it. All right. It pays off. But you are building a legacy for your girl. But what if they don't want it? I am almost certain that my 14-year-old could care less. I am almost certain that, yeah, whatever, mom. It's cool, but I'm going to just sit over here. I'm going to just sit over here. It's funny. Your comment came up on the phone, Tisha, but it did not come up on the screen. That's horrible. And now what I'm doing is I'm just taking my spoon to give me some type of a texture on the top of triple butter blend. It doesn't need a design. It doesn't need anything. Am I losing you guys over here? What's happening? I know I got soap on my arm. It's red. Hold on. Raw soap, stat. Let me give you a break for a moment. Okay, guys, I had to go and get rid of that situation. It was getting a little red, a little warm right there. There was raw soap on my arm. And so what we're doing, if you are just now coming on, let's see. I forgot there's a little bit of a delay. If you are just coming on, welcome to the broadcast. I am Zakia. I make my own handcrafted natural soap. I typically do it live all over the internet. What we are doing right now is 30 pounds of the triple butter blend. What I'm doing is I'm using my spoon just to add a little bit of texture to the top of the soap. I am so used to being home full time on my own clock. Welcome back. Thank you, Squirry. I want the green apple in a whipped soap. You just got here. Oh, well, see? It's like I never left then. So what we're doing is we're adding just a little bit of texture to the top of this soap so that when I go to cut it, it's not just a flat top, but it'll look like it has some kind of an element. You can't see that. It looks like it has some kind of an element on the top. And so I'm just taking my spoon. It's still not thick, but it's the right consistency where I'm able to get some kind of a look on there. And so I just, audio and video. Are we checking out okay with audio and video? Oh, coming through fine. You're like my executive producer over there, you for sight. Everything's checking out, ma'am. You're good on camera 1, camera 2. You ready? You're good on camera 2? Yes, we're good on camera 2. You are so Perry fancy with your commercial breaks. Wow. Yeah, I do a little bit. I try and see what other elements can I add into the broadcast each time. And the interesting thing about that video is every clip on there came from a live stream. Every single clip that is on there came from an actual broadcast that I did on Periscope. There's no still images on there. Can I get the green apple whip soap so I can order it to... Oh, you mean like right now, right now? Yes, Lorraine. Order the mango tango, and in the notes, put green apple. I will make a special batch just for you. Now, I can't ship it today. And again, you two just fine. I can't ship it today. I can ship it tomorrow. But I know you'll want it. So I will make it a point to make that. You don't like the Luscious Lemon that Laura got? Or you just want to be like, look, I got something that she didn't even have. I got one that she didn't even have. Laura and Lorraine are the twins from California. How did you get into no soup for you, soap making? I was going through postpartum depression, and at the same time, I was looking for oils to put in my brand new baby girl's hair. because she had a much thicker consistency than I had or what I was used to with um, my youngest daughter or my older daughter, Nyla. And so, as I was looking for oils for our hair, I stumbled across a video for natural oils to make soap. And you are just so amazing to me. You have come a long way from your walk and talks. I tell people, I think so let me finish telling them how I got started, but then that's the other interesting thing about um, evolving on these platforms. Um, and as I was looking for those natural oils in particular, I stumbled across natural oils to make soap. And before I saw that video, and I know old school people said their grandmothers used to make live soap, so it was very popular maybe 2 generations ago or one, but I had never seen or heard of anybody making their own soap. And there was something about watching that first video that I found so mesmerizing where I could not look away. And as that's not thick enough. And as I was watching it, I tried to figure out the science and I could not. So that ended up having me go searching for any book, any text that I could find on how to make my own soap from scratch. I now have a library of over 50 books on the topic of soap making. 3 of them happen to be the ones that I have written, based on what was not in those books that I had read. And so, maybe about 6 months later, an app called Periscope came out. And Periscope allows you to broadcast live to the world, show the world through your eyes. And I was on one broadcast talking about my hobby of making soap. And the 5 people that were watching that broadcast, because that's how many people I used to have, most of the time it was like 1 or 2. But on that broadcast that night, they said, "Can we watch you make your soap?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I can do that." And it was a hobby at that time. It was not a business or anything along those lines. And I went live, and we immediately went from having 5 people on the broadcast to over 100. And this was in 2015. And so I said, "Oh, you guys don't want to hear about my how to build training courses. You actually want to watch me make soap. I can do that all day, and then there's not really a playbook or a rule book for how you have to do it, so I could just make it my own." And so that's how I got started. Dryer Buzz, I remember you, OG Periscoper. She wants to be special. So luxurious and creamy looking. Love it. Thanks, Country Cottage. What other hobbies do you have? This is interesting. Soap Nation was born on, well, it took a little while for Soap Nation to be born. But it was a very interesting dynamic. And at the time, I was still able to share what I wanted to share in terms of how to build training courses, because as I would do my live streams, entrepreneurs would come onto the broadcast and ask questions about, well, how do you build an online course? So that worked too. And then, as Tisha mentioned, I started on Periscope doing things called Walk With Me's in Gratitude. And that was where I would have you guys walk around, hold on one second, the city of Philadelphia with me, because that's where I live. And I have a very negative opinion of media. I feel like they show a very biased, one-sided view of the world that I definitely did not see, being a person from Philadelphia. So I felt like I could use my camera and the people that had come to watch me to see a different side of what Philadelphia was, the positive side that rarely gets any airplay. And as I would walk and talk, I was also going through my 364 days of gratitude, where I was consciously making a decision to not think about those things that I could very easily complain about. And I would then talk about what I was grateful for. So, grateful for the lights, grateful for my car because it's pouring down raining outside, all of that stuff. And it just turned and it just continued to evolve over time. There was never a time that I was like, okay, so now we're doing this. It was always something where I was like, okay, we're going to try it and see how it goes. That's all it was to it. It was trying to see what worked on these broadcasts while I was remaining true to what I wanted to share. This is more like Bob Ross of Soap Making. I've heard that a couple of times as well. And now I just kind of get to share my talent and my perspective on things in a pretty organic way, I think. I think it's kind of sweet. But now, the interesting thing is I've been at a thing for 3 years. And I had a manager who used to, well, there's a book that talks about what got you here won't get you there. And don't let a strength taken too far become a weakness. And so I feel like it is time for me to evolve yet again. You walked and talked yourself into a good, I absolutely did. If I would have looked at the period of time that year before, I mean, I complained out of this world. And you know what I got? Every single thing that I complained about. Like, it was like clockwork. I knew. So I said, well, if we change that up a little bit. And it wasn't that I was like this really smart person that came up with that. My sister-in-law in Washington, D.C., she had moved, or in Washington State. She's not in D.C. She's on the other side of the country. She did a year of gratitude on Facebook where she would do a post every day about what it was that she was grateful for. And what I realized is me reading about what she was grateful for had me at least consider what I could be grateful for. And at the same time, I knew I needed a topic that I could broadcast about every day. So even if I didn't get a chance to make soap, because as you can see, this is a little time consuming. If I didn't get a chance to make soap, I could still broadcast because my goal was to be grateful every day. The problem is I didn't want it to be a New Year's resolution because New Year's resolutions are made to be broken. So I started it on the second day of the new year, which is January the 2nd. So I said instead of 365 gratitude, it would be 364 gratitude. Turns out it was a leap year. It was a leap year, so we still could have had 365 days of gratitude. But we only made it about 9 months doing it live. I have a whole journal with 3 years of gratitude now, which I'm very, very grateful for. So, very long answer to a very simple question on how I got started. I got started just finding a way to express my creativity because I think my entire life I was told I was not creative. Always. Well, and then there was some self stuff in there in terms of if you don't know how to draw, that was my definition of creative. Zakia Ringgold, soap maker extraordinaire. This is my magic wand. I got to be careful that I don't get this green apple on the triple butter blend because then it'll be fraudulent. It'll be fraudulent because you'll be like, but you said there's no color and no fragrance in triple butter blend. But if I'm waving this green apple skewer over it, it will definitely have green apple as well as green coloring. All right, guys. So we have successfully, semi-successfully, this corner right here want to do what it want to do. But I shall not have it. It shall not win. So I'm going to keep messing with it. But do you guys have any other questions for me before I scope her down, tube her down, Facebook down, Twitch her down? You can get any of my products at naturalsoapbyzakia.com. You can read this entrepreneur journey, how I got started, why I got started, where I get these supplies from, all on livesoapschool.com. If you are not subscribed over there on YouTube, make sure you click that button. We have some goals that we are working on. I have a 90-day challenge for myself specifically with YouTube, and you guys can help me out with that. I'm going to have to find something to do with this green apple that's here. I'll post whatever that is on Instagram. But I don't think you guys have said, Zakia, I've got a question, so I'm going to let you go. Do you have recipes for us somewhere? In my book, all 3 of my books have recipes. I have, let me bring you over this way. Okay, so I actually published 3 books on soap making. They're available in ebook format as well as paperback format, and they're right here. The very first book, I am placing an order now as I listen. Thank you. The very first book is this one here. It's the new Soap Maker's Cookbook, Ingredients for Success. This one, I believe, has 3 very basic recipes to get you started. The reason why I published all of these books in the format that I published them, like I mentioned earlier, I have over 50 books on the topic of soap making. And these are the books that I wish would have been written as I was getting started making soap. They're also answers to some of the most frequently asked questions that we get on live streams, as well as questions from my students that are enrolled taking classes in Live Soap School. So this very first book is Ingredients for Success, and helping you to figure out, is this thing that you're doing a hobby or a business, and that mindset that you need to have in order to be successful. Then it walks you through 3 recipes to get you started, the steps to make soap, the methods that there are, and just some kind of like the holy grail things that you need to be sure of as you are making soap. The next book that came out as a result of that was the new Soap Maker's Cookbook, Making Cold Processed Soap from Scratch. This book here goes into a lot more detail for this method that you just watched me make on this broadcast, where it's what are those nuances with cold processed soap making. There's actually 3 methods of making soap, 3 primary methods, and then you can break those down into about 7 more. But cold process is one of the most popular methods for making soap. This one gives you an additional 7 recipes. There's also links to online resources. Thank you very much for whoever placed that order. You do get a live bonus because you have ordered live. And if you were somebody who ordered while we were live, please let me know. But I'll know because of the time. But you don't have to let me know. But I like to say thank you to you live if you are here. So this one here is the new Soap Maker's Cookbook, Making Cold Processed Soap from Scratch. The final book in this series, for now, there should be 2 more, we just ain't got them out yet. The new Vegan Soap Cookbook, How to Make Plant-Based Soap from Scratch. Now, the purpose behind this book is most of the recipes that you are going to find online or anywhere are going to have lard or beef tallow. We don't play those games around here. We're a plant-based situation. What you put on your skin goes into your skin. And this book does not exist anywhere on the market, so I wanted to give recipes for how you can make your own soap from scratch using all plant-based ingredients. Call me. My order went on Laura's card. Okay, so that was you, Lorraine. QR codes. Yes, and it also has QR codes where within the book you can take pictures of different QR codes, and that will take you to videos, that will take you to tutorials online, that will take you to additional resources just by you taking a picture with your phone. So that second book actually had hyperlinks in there. The third book has the QR codes, and all of them were written by me. They are considered the new Soap Maker's Cookbook series, primarily for brand new soap makers, people who were like me 4 years ago, and you're trying to muddy through all of the do it this way, but not that way, try this, but not that, try this, but not that. I break through all of that in a no fluff manner. Those books that are that big can probably get you through in that much, and that's what I've done in the new Soap Makers Cookbook series. You can get that by going to Amazon and just typing my name in, Zakia Ringgold. I'll also put a link to it in the description of this video. And if you're looking for a quick link right now, it is bit.ly/soapbooks with an S on the end. So I know there is something going on because half of your comments are not coming up here. The number, it's telling me I have one person watching. Have to go. I'm going to hand out with Clarence tonight. See you later. See you later. Thank you for watching. Somebody asked about the balance. Miss Kim is over there. So innovative and proven recipes too. And I can tell you they're proven because the testimonials on my website tell me that they are. And there's a method to how I formulate the recipes, which helps to come across in those books. I am not somebody who wants you to be beholden to my recipes. The most important thing is for you to know how to formulate your own. And if you really want to go there and get deeper and deeper, I have an online school, which is livesoapschool.com. Cutting or misbehaving. I am checking out my order. Well, you shall be getting a live bonus. Cutting our misbehaving men's soap. That was this one here. We actually need to make that live on the site. This was misbehaving, and I cautiously pulled this one down. Yeah, but on this screen right here, it's telling me I have two, which tells me, and that's 15 on Periscope. I can see, like, out of the corner of my eye, there's more on Facebook, and there's even a few on YouTube. So, and I don't know what's happening on Twitch. So this counter is wrong. So I'm in a beta mode for this, so I'll be able to give them that feedback. But here is our Misbehaving Men soap. If you saw the cutting of that, or if you missed the cutting of that, it's on my YouTube channel, and you will probably smile nice and bright and wide the first slice of this. Put a leash on it. I gotta go before I say something. Insert, open mouth, insert foot is what's about to happen. So, I am Zakia. I hope you guys have enjoyed this broadcast. If you would like to see what the tops of these soaps looks like, because I can't zoom in, make sure you're connected with me on Instagram. I am Natural Soap by Zakia on there. And there are a lot of you that are like hitting me up on Facebook, which is very cool. If you have any questions, send them to me in Messenger. Place your orders. I ship out every single Saturday. Soap Shipping Saturday is a thing. And thank you for joining me for Super Soap Sunday. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining today's live broadcast. And we're going to go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage, also known as the credits. Do you absolutely positively love products by Soap Lady Z? That could be our soap. That could be our books. That could be our classes. That could just be our gratitude and our show. Make sure you sign up for our ambassador program today, and you earn money for your referrals to Soap Nation. How cool is that? Now, you may also be wondering, how can you easily support Soap Lady Z? Like the videos. Were you watching? Did you tap the screen? Did you send an emoji? Did you put a thumbs up? That is supporting the broadcast. You can share it with your friends on social media. Make sure you're following my channel on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, anywhere in the social media land that you are actually hearing the sound of my voice. Make sure you have clicked that follow button. And make sure you also subscribe to my email list so that you can stay connected. And most importantly, thumbs do matter. Rate and review wherever you are. If there's an option to put a comment in there. Now, did you see something that you've just gotta have it? Did I make something live that you're like, oh yes, I'm getting it. I need it for my skin. I need to learn. Any of those things. naturalsoapbyzakia.com is where you can go to get all of my handmade products. These make excellent gifts for friends, family, and co-workers. Some of my absolute best-selling products are the Triple Butter Blend, the Activated Charcoal and Kaolin Clay, as well as the Peppermint Soap.
If you are looking for a gift that actually keeps on giving, subscribe to my Soap of the Month Club, and you actually get bath treats delivered to your door each and every month. Head over to naturalsoapbyzakia.com to place your order today. Not tomorrow, not a little bit later. Do it now. It's handmade, guys. Doesn't last forever. When it's gone until I make it again. Get your order in today. Now, do you actually want to make your own handmade soap from scratch? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? It's so calming. It's so soothing. And you actually control all of the ingredients. Check out the new Soap Makers Cookbook series, available both in paperback and ebook format, exclusively on Amazon.com. Oh yeah. Head to bit.ly/soapbooks and you can see my author page as well as all of the books and the reviews, and order your copy today. But if you're like a lot of people, you actually want to sit and take a class because you want to learn and know that you know that you know that you know, you can actually take a soap making class with Soap Lady Z live or online. Visit livesoapschool.com/classes for more information, what's available, as well as the schedule. Head over there today if you would like to learn how to make your own soap from scratch. Thanks again for tuning in live or even on the replay. You guys are awesome too. Bubbles and hugs. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.